Greetings, Commanders! Today we're going to talk about game design and balance. I think I'm gonna take a step away from beating on Vega, the dead horse that is Vega, and how overpowered he is. And I want to talk about another issue that's going on in the meta right now, and that is Tier 12 Infantry is fucking terrible. Like, it's really bad. Tier 12 Infantry's tear space just doesn't hit as hard as the airships or even Walker. Walker's pretty bad too, but airships T12 is so broken that for players that have spent 20 to 50,000 on the game and getting to this in game where they're trying to use Stella with Tier 12 against anyone else and just getting crushed, it's really frustrating. It's something that should have been fixed within a week of Tier 12 coming out, not a month, not 3 months, not going into the playoffs of the Galactic Battle Season 7, and we're still witnessing it. And I don't mind. I don't have Tier 12, but it is pretty frustrating for all those infantry mains out there. And I just want to open with this. I just want to continue this. When you think of commanders in this game, you think of airships, which are supposed to be defensive and HP based. You have commanders like Reinhardt and Rogers and Vega even, who has a guaranteed hit, but also a heal. Reinhardt, who has a Thorns for being hit, he does damage back. Rogers going defense and then doing a little guaranteed hit. That's kind of a theme in airships. Healing isn't so much an airship thing as much as just mitigating damage taken. And that means even commanders like Axe and Eastwood, they increase their defense, they reduce their damage taken. That's a theme in airships, but the cost of that is they don't hit as hard. And then with walkers, you kind of get a balance, right? You get the guaranteed hit commanders like Chief. You get the balance commander where you get a little bit of accuracy and a little bit of heal with Galileo. And then you get Elf, who's straight up, she's a healing commander and she curses you. She takes hits, but she dishes it right back out. She's a little bit of balance. Infantry is pretty obvious. It's a glass cannon build. It always has. You dodge as much as you can, and you do enough damage with your first couple of hits to really do the damage you need to make a difference in a fight. And that's why Stella was always so popular. That's why Plasma has always been focused on attack and dodge. There really wasn't any other infantry commanders that played a tempo or balance build. It was always just Stella. And with Tier 12, it was supposed to be that you could get away with just being that same one-slot bust style, low-risk infantry march. But you can't do it. Vega can, and apparently other commanders can, but infantry cannot. Stella cannot. Not even with Sagittarius, not with whatever else she can have. Really just Sagittarius, right? She doesn't have any guaranteed hit skills other than that. Gemini's okay on her, but anyway, this video today is coming from Lucifer and Los Temple. Los Temple was garrisoning an ally, and Lucifer, who's playing a Reinhardt main with 1.6 million leadership or so, versus an 800k Stella. So Stella has half as much leadership, but they both have Tier 12. Uh-oh. Did I just disable it? Okay, whew, thought I ended the film. All right, we're back on. All right, let's start this one. All right, so obviously he had, Los had put his Stella with troops in slots 1 and 4 because he was defending. He knew he would get first strike. He's got 2,300 Tier 12 infantry ready to go with clearly Gemini, Stella, max skills. I'm assuming really great gear. If you have Tier 12 and 800,000 leadership, you spent some money, you got some great gear. Versus a Reinhardt, which is really just a counter to Rogers. Reinhardt gets his butt kicked by everyone else. Everyone else beats Reinhardt. But Reinhardt has Tier 12 troops and this special skill where he can do Thorns and do damage back. But I want to break this fight down for you and realize just how bad things are for infantry. So let's go ahead. Let's see what Stella does. She gets her first strike. And what are you expecting? As a one-slot bust, low risk, high damage infantry commander with Tier 12 that has terror space, she should do enough damage with her triggered skills and her guaranteed hits and all that. She should land the hit against an airship, and she should one-shot. Now, I know, airship commanders are supposed to go defense and HP, but this is turn 1. He hasn't had time to trigger any skills to increase his defense or anything, so he should take a full blast to the face. And look what happens. She kills 47. 47. There we go. There's another 100. But in total, she kills about 190. She kills over just about 12% or 15% of his entire march. Not 50%, not 75%, with a Gemini trigger, and she doesn't get any other guaranteed hits. She doesn't get any Wings of Eternity. But with Terror Space and Gemini, she only kills 15% of an unbuffed commander. That's bullshit, man. That's such bullshit. And I get it. Even though she's half his leadership, she still would have only done 20 or 30% to his total troop slot. But now she lost troops in slots 2 and 3. She's gonna be able to attack with slot 4 now and do some more damage. But I was talking too much. We didn't realize Reinhardt triggered hyperspace armor. That's the Thorns damage. So whatever damage you do to him, his guaranteed hit back to you is like true damage, kind of like Bullet does, but it's more of like, it's Rocket. He has a better version of Rocket skill. True damage, ignore tier suppression, but they have to take damage, and they dish out remaining damage based on the amount of troops that survived. And since so many of his troops survived, his ignore tier suppression skill, hyperspace armor, is going to devastate. So here comes the shot. Light of Gemini, Wings of Eternity, 1358. He kills 38, but he loses. How many was that? 1,000? 700. He loses 700 to his ability, and then another 400 or whatever. I mean, another 700. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the fact that Reinhardt is a good commander. But the fact that he does so little damage, Reinhardt's skill is, when Reinhardt goes into a fair fight, his skill doesn't get full effect because he's going to be going against somebody that's actually hitting him hard. This Stella, this maxed out almost, okay, half his leadership, fine. 800,000 leadership versus 1.6 million leadership. But the gear and the gear setup and the army setup should have been so much more one-sided. He should have broken through on this shot instead of losing half of his army. I mean, it's super broken. It's so broken. It just needs to be dealt with. It just, there's some seriously wrong things in this game right now, and that's one of them. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. I saw that video today, and I was just like, what are infantry commanders to do? What are they supposed to do? Like, this isn't a fair game, right? It's not supposed to be a fair game, but this is stupid. I mean, it didn't even have to be Reinhardt. It could have been anyone. Any airship commander with tier 12 airships could have done that to Stella. Stella just is absolutely terrible. If I was a tier 12 player and I was running infantry right now, I would be contacting the devs every single day and telling them how bad this is. Because there is no answer to this. Reinhardt should have been easily beaten by this Stella, but instead it was just a beating. It was an absolute savage beating the other way. So, anyway. Well, that being said, if you guys didn't know, all the Arc of War videos are in playlists. So if you can go to the Arc of War reference videos here, this is my actual list where if you submit a video to me or the community and I don't have time to watch it, I add it to this list. And you can actually go down a list of every video I've added from community members that I've used for videos or just reference for just interesting information. And I've taken things off as needed. That's why there's only 30-something left. Yeah, if you want to use these playlists, apparently a lot of subscribers do. I've been watching that a lot of subscribers are using the playlists to get views back. So check this one out. There's just a lot of interesting information here. It doesn't have a lot of commentary. It's not necessarily from me, but yeah, there's more Arc of War content out there. And I want to encourage you. You have a YouTube account. You're watching this. You can upload videos to YouTube. We need more community creators. We need more content creators. Make videos. If it's good stuff, I'll help push it. You guys know I'll push it. And I'd like to see more people contributing to the community. So I also noticed that 40% of you are not subscribed. What is going on? How come 40% of my views come from unsubscribed fans? If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I'm not going to tell you to hit the bell icon. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, push the bell icon. But if you're not subscribed, at least subscribe. Come on, we're so close to 5,000. Help me out. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that. My name is Melt. We'll see you on the next one.